To Donald J. Trump, a letter from the red earth of Burkina Faso. I write, not from a high tower or the polished floors of a press room, but from the cracked earth of Burkina Faso, a land that carries the weight of history and the hopes of generations. I write, not with diplomatic niceties, but with the clarity that comes from standing in places where power does not perform, it imposes. You may never walk these streets. You may never see the faces of children chasing dusty footballs beside the road, or the women who carry entire economies in baskets on their heads. You may never hear our languages, our laughter, or our grief. But we are here. And we are not invisible. We remember what you said about Africa. You called our nations shitholes. You dismissed us with the casual cruelty of someone who thinks their words only echo in rooms like theirs. But your voice traveled further than you imagined. It reached the classrooms in Ouagadougou, the farmers' fields in Bobo Dioulasso, the crowded taxis in Accra and Lagos. And though many in the West laughed or shrugged, we didn't. We carried those words with us, not as shame, but as fire. Because here, Mr. Trump, power is not abstract. It is lived. It is felt when a father cannot afford medicine, when a border drawn by colonizers still divides kin, when foreign drones fly overhead and foreign companies dig under our feet. So when a man who once held the most powerful office in the world speaks of us with such disdain, we do not forget. But I am not writing to attack you. That would be a waste of ink. I write because, for better or worse, you remain a symbol of a world order that still struggles to see us not just as recipients of aid or crises, but as full participants in shaping our shared future. You claim to fight for the forgotten American, the one who works hard, feels ignored, and fears being left behind. I understand that impulse truly, I do. But your definition of forgotten has always been selective. You wrapped your image in gold, but left dust in your wake. You speak of borders, but your businesses cross them when it suits you. You cry sovereignty, but your foreign policy has never respected ours. Africa has seen your kind before, men who think the world is a game board and who move lives like pawns. You're not the first to talk tough while playing soft with the powerful. We've seen your country's leaders shake hands with those who silenced their people if the deal was good. We've seen foreign aid arrive with contracts longer than the Constitution. We've seen the medals pinned on soldiers who never faced what our villages have survived. But here's something your world often misses. We are still standing, still building, still dreaming, and still defying the narrative you would write about us. You talk about making America great again. That's your slogan. But do not build your greatness by tearing down others. Do not climb by stepping on the backs of immigrants. Do not wave your flag while treating those who look different as threats. That's not greatness, that's theater. And we've watched enough of it to know how the play ends. Let me speak plainly. You cannot lecture the world about respect for law while cozying up to despots. You cannot speak of peace while selling weapons that fuel conflict. You cannot demand dignity while denying it to others. And you certainly cannot insult entire continents and expect silence in return. We are not children asking for permission to speak. We are not statistics to be pitied. We are not pawns in your campaign rhetoric. We are a continent of 1.4 billion people. We are inventors, artists, thinkers, and builders. We are farmers who feed cities. We are students who study by candlelight and still dream in color. We are leaders, not because of foreign endorsements, but because of the trust of our people. We do not seek your charity. We demand your respect. The kind of respect that does not evaporate when headlines fade. The kind that recognizes partnership, not patronage. The kind that sees Africa not as a threat or a problem, but as a force creative, young, unstoppable. We've been called many things. Underdeveloped, unstable, irrelevant. But we are none of those. What we are, and what you must finally see, is rising. So here's my challenge to you. If you truly want to lead again, then lead differently. Lead like someone who has learned. Not just from advisors or poll numbers, but from the world, as it is not the one reflected in the gold-plated mirrors of Mar-a-Lago. Look beyond your reflection and see us. See the cost of careless words. See the impact of distant policies. See the young girl in Ouagadougou who learns 3 languages just to chase a future her ancestors were denied. See the doctor working without equipment because global priorities put bombs before bandages. See the truth. And if you can't or won't, then please step aside. History is not waiting for permission anymore. And neither are we. Africa is not what you think. We are not broken. We are not begging. We are not behind. We are becoming. And no wall, no insult, no forgotten speech can stop that. Mr. Trump, the world is watching. But Africa? Africa is moving. Captain Ibrahim Traore, President of the Transition, Burkina Faso.